RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Well, you have these. You launch us. I'm not good at launching.
Sure.
You be the host guy. I'll just chime in. We might not get it until the game starts.
Yeah.
The one I did the other day, it didn't come to me until after all the intros ended.
All right. Good evening, curling fans. Welcome to the 3 versus 4 page playoff game of the 2026 RME New Holland Alberta Summit of Champions, presented by Best Western Hotel and Resorts and Sentinel Storage. Tonight we have a great game lined up. So this is the 1 versus 2 game. I misspoke just there. We have Team Cooey versus Team Parent. Team Cooey came out of the A event, qualifying on Thursday evening. Team Parent qualified out of the B last night. Team Cooey gets the hammer because they're the higher ranked team coming out of the A. And it's going to be a great game. This is Ryan Jakes, and right beside me I have Mickey Pendergast, our team coach.
Hey Ryan, how you doing?
Doing pretty well. How are you, Mickey?
Great. Looking forward to it.
So it looks like we're getting right into it. Team Parent throwing up a center guard to start off with.
Yeah, I think probably most people expected Kevin Cooey to be in this 1-2 situation, but I would have to say that Ryan Parent would have been a bit of a dark horse for most people. It was a good team, and I'm not surprised he made playoffs, but I would say most people don't know Ryan that well. I think he's underrated, actually. We played him earlier this week, and I told the guys he's a good shooter. I think he's underrated, so good to see him there. It's an exciting game for him to be in.
Absolutely. Well, and his run through the B event actually started through our team way back in what would that have been? Early on Tuesday, the round of 16, whatever you want to call it, in the B event. And they had a good run through the B, so they beat us, Team Jakes. Yeah, that is Wednesday morning. Then they beat Team Vavrick on Thursday afternoon. Then Team Libis on Friday morning. And then finally beat Team Van Amsterdam, who is the number 1 seeded team heading into this event. Beat them last evening to qualify for this 1 versus 2 game. And that is a big win for both these teams, because they have an extra chance. They have an extra life in the playoffs, which is always nice to have.
Yeah, the loser of this game is not out. The loser of this game plays the winner of the 3-4 game that is on the ice as well right now. And that's Talon Van Amsterdam in the 3-4 game. So the loser of this game will play the winner of that game, and then the winner of this game goes straight to the final and waits for that semifinal outcome tomorrow afternoon. Ben Savage being asked to play a hack weight hit here.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get there, but does the main job.
Yeah, it's just edge and edge, so it'd be hard for Kevin to get buried. He might not want to even get buried because it might just leave an easier double. But you might want to roll open there, actually. It's a little bit open, but the roll under now would be about a 2-inch run back for the Blues team. So ideally, you'd roll half open on the far side to make that angle tougher.
For sure. Yeah, what do you expect, at least in the first half, the strategies of both teams to be here?
Well, I would. Kevin's famous for playing offense anyways. He always plays trying to score. He doesn't try and beat you 2-1 or anything. But I think particularly in this situation, with all his experience and the veterans on his team, playing a bunch of guys who are playing one of the bigger games probably of their career, I think his plan going in would have been to attack them early and try and get them while they maybe still have some nerves. So I think he would be happy to have an offensive start to the game. Lots of aggressive play.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Ryan, though, Ryan just plays a pretty fearless game himself, so I don't think he threw one short. He threw his first one short intentionally. So I think if he was experiencing some kind of nerves or anxiety, he would have thrown that in the top 4 foot and hoped for an open style of an end. But he threw it short, so that's a good sign to me that he's confident and willing to mix it up if need be.
Absolutely. I think if there was any anxiety or feeling of pressure that existed, that might have gone away with the start they had against Team Van Amsterdam in the B final, scoring 4 in the first end with the hammer and then stealing 2, jumping out to a quick 6-0 lead. Team Van Amsterdam started to come back, but a really nice triple to keep the game alive. Held the lead all the way for Team Parent.
Still got it back to a 1-point game, didn't it? At one point, didn't it end up being? It got close, anyways. I think it got to Van Amsterdam took 3 and whatever, 7th or 8th.
Yeah, it took 3 in the 8th, which was 8-6, and then Team Parent scored 1 in the 9th.
Got back to within 2 after being down 6. That's not bad. That's perfect. Let's make the run now to try and hold them to 2 somehow. Makes it perfect nice to get away with the blank. There's going to be rocks in play here. Even if he makes this perfectly, there'd be a couple of corner guards for Kevin to use.
Yeah.
Jared throws big weight really well, though, so I expect him to make contact. He should connect back there. Curling a bit. No, he didn't connect. He guarded the worst case scenario. At least if he missed the other way, they'd be open.
Yeah.
Kevin might go open, like deep on the open side. But if that double's there, he might want to do something to protect that double. I thought he might do this.
Yeah, with you as our team coach, from what, at least I've personally learned from you, I would definitely be leaning towards just trying to the open side. I think that's a really good shape of the house in the first end, especially with such an important game for both of these teams, even though Team Q is the favorite. It's always good to play simple shots when you can.
Yeah, well, if you make it properly, go open side deep, they're probably still chasing this double, and you have a chance to probably split the rings instead of reduce or go around the center. Aaron's looking, or Tyler, I guess, is looking at something a little bit more creative, coming in off that kicker, going behind it.
Yep. Well, he's been playing so well this week. He could probably make it if he really wanted to.
No doubt. The risk going open side is in the first end, it's hard to pinpoint the weight. You might end up putting it topping, leaving the double in off double, and then they're behind all those guards. So
right,
it's a great shot to make, but first end's a bit of a guess, especially in those the paths aren't all the same yet. So he's going to go behind that tight corner, and like I said, I assumed he'd be aggressive here, so just going to keep applying some heat. Might be a little light the way the boys are working it.
I don't know if this is getting in the house. Which reminds me of one of my shots from our game this morning.
It's not a bad spot, though. You could hit that and roll in and spill it in if they clear out this other stuff.
Oh, you just know Kevin will be looking at that.
Yeah, Ryan makes this double and rolls away. Wouldn't be surprised to see Kevin play a sort of a, that's going to be at least normal hit. So hit that a little high side and spill them both in, but see what Ryan does here.
Yeah, he should be really close on this one.
Yeah, he's a solid hitter.
And one thing that I think sets Ryan apart from other curlers is just his level of focus. His eyes are like laser beams out there. They're drilling into the broom, and he is going he's trying to hit the very center of that broom on every shot.
You played with him last year, right?
Yes. Yeah, played with Ryan and Ethan
Might be touching
last
the
year, as
guard.
well as Jordan Tardy. Oh, they got to go. Oh,
He spun it in, but that yellow one's not going anywhere. So must have been a little soft on this release or something.
Looks all right. A little soft, maybe a bit down.
Biting early.
Yep.
Fresh pebble down the middle, maybe.
Yeah, that's something that our team got caught on a few times this week. Yeah, played with Ryan Parent, Ethan Drysdale, the lead on this current team Parent, as well as Jordan Tardy.
Yeah.
Naturally, Tyler Tardy's brother. Had a decent season with them last year.
Mm-hmm. I'm coaching Ethan now. He's on the UFC varsity men's.
Oh, yes,
UFC
I heard that. Yep.
curling team. So
very good.
Playing second on that team.
And the Westerns, that's next week.
Yeah, we're off to Edmonton for the Canada West next week.
Very good.
Nine university teams there, and the top 2 go to the Nationals. Well, he puts this in there perfect, which I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Ryan's going to have to make something special just to hold him to 2. There might be a triple there now. If he hits the highest red that's there, he might be able to sort of do around the horn triple. Need to see the angles again, but he might be going into damage control. Yeah, I think if he was to hit that top red a little thin, it'll come spinning hard off that one that's biting the center line top 12. And ricochet after one in the 4th. Super hard shot, but I think it's there, and he might not have much choice.
Yeah, but with these rocks, I got to agree with you. They're just so bouncy. They're so lively.
Yeah. If this is deep at all, I think Ryan will try and follow him and hold him to 1 or 2. If this is even T line, that'll be enough for him to use it to follow. Hanging a bit, he's going to be able to see the.
Ooh, you can't leave air.
There's definitely some air. I'm not sure he can make the double. You see it? Can he hit thin enough to make the double?
Oh,
maybe just.
I think you could, but you're playing with fire. You touch that top red.
It's 5.
Yeah.
He played with quiet weight though, and just rolled in on top of it. Max 2. He'd be pretty happy. Although that would leave that short run back. Almost better to hit and roll to a freeze. You know what I mean? If hits and rolls behind that yellow-red stagger, the other short red run back is still going to be for 3 or 4.
Right. Yeah, if you can get to the nose of that top 4 red, that'd be really nice. They should be pretty happy with how this is looking. If they only give up 2, it's a long game ahead.
I'm thrilled to only give him 2. He's looking for some other triple here. He made 2 triples against Van Emp. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, maybe.
No.
He
seems to think he's going to hit it. Maybe he's thinking max 3. I'm happy. I think he touches that one. I don't know. I don't think he ever kills it, but I guess we're about to find out. I really thought he'd play that roll, but I guess no matter where he goes, it's going to be a 2-foot run back for Cootie. So
yeah. All right, Ryan Parent bringing the heat. A little soft on release, maybe. They're holding it. Oh, went easy. Look at that.
just enough drag.
The king of triples.
I got 6 1/4 on that one, so he's pretty firm. Look at that release again. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Tracked pretty good. He knew where he wanted to hit it, though.
Yep.
Yeah, dragged it down nicely.
Yeah, just enough. Yeah. Well done. A big shot to stay within reach early. You don't want to get down 3 or more to this team.
With a big backswing on drawing.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does that little tippy thing. It doesn't make any sense. But that's a timing mechanism or something.
Well, seems to be working here. Yeah, that's a deuce for Team Cooey. It's all start.
So the way that end went, both teams are happy.
Yeah.
Ryan's looking at a potential 5 or 4 or 5. And, the Cooey guys do, so he's happy too. So.
Yep, we'll be right back after this.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Curling Alberta's 50/50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Cooey took 2 in the first end of this 1 versus 2 page playoff game at the 2026 RME New Holland Alberta Summit of Champions, presented by Best Western Hotel and Resorts and Sentinel Storage. Oh, that's quite a mouthful, eh, Mickey?
That's a mouthful, yeah.
Back in my day, we just called it the BP Cup. Yeah. Well, a solid start for Team Cooey, but a lot of game left. This is 10 ends, 38 minutes thinking time for each team. Both of these teams not known for being the fastest on the ice, but as long as you still have a few seconds left when you're throwing the last, doesn't really matter. Unless it affects your routine, I suppose.
Kevin's the master of throwing with no time on the clock.
Yep. And Kevin wasting no time throwing up the center guard, something you often see him doing even when he's up 2 points.
Well, it's nice to see, and Ryan threw the corner guard, so
Yep.
So they're both gonna make something happen here.
Makes for some exciting action. It's a lot more fun commentating something like this rather than people running it up and down the sheet.
Yeah, it's no fun. We all have a bunch of dead air.
But our team, we do like running off one end just to save some time on the clocks. When you get your 4th rock thrower just in the hack on an open hit, that saves about a minute per shot, which is nice time savings for the rest of the game. You can be a little more comfortable.
So this is kind of the standard opening when the team with hammer wants to try and make something happen. They're referring to this as the box setup, where the two, without hammer throws two down the middle, a guard and one in the rings, and the guy with hammer throws a corner guard and one around it. So you kind of have some sort of a quadrilateral, if not an actual right angle box, but you do have sort of a general box situation. And then depending how well those shots are made, then the team with hammer will decide how hard to push, or whether they clean up the middle and try and count that winger, or whatever. So it depends how these first 3 or 4 shots are made. So Ryan can run this back now, or he can play a freeze tap, or it depends how aggressive he wants to be. Carrick's first one was heavy, which takes the heat off Ryan a little bit. Like imagine if that rock was top button and top 8 instead of top button and back 4. Quite a bit different level of pressure being put on the team with hammer if you make those 2 red ones a little bit better, a little bit higher.
For sure. So if you're playing the box, you have to be comfortable with connecting on a run back on at least one of your seconds shots. You have to make some space to work with.
Yeah, if the team without hammer executes, then you're absolutely right. Interesting. So Ben changed rocks there. I don't know if he just grabbed the wrong one, or if he's got one that's maybe a bit of a cutter that he wanted to use here or something to try and attack this stuff in the middle. But with those 2 rocks a little bit deep for Carrick, then if he ever gets sort of close to the nose here and taps this rock back, this looks a little warm. But he killed one, rolled open. So really, Kevin doesn't have any pressure applied to this end anymore. He's got a rock back 4, a decent center guard, but Barrett's sitting 2 and 3. So Kevin's looking at, he's assessing the situation and saying, okay, this is not an opportunity to attack anymore. Try to make this double. If he gets a little lucky, he might make the triple. Or Farron is to miss this an inch narrow. He roll to another center and be able to collect something in the 4-foot maybe later on. So he's playing cleanup now himself. 1, 2. Oh, that's unlucky. Connected with all 3 and left second shot dead buried on the tee line.
And to make matters worse, Team Perrin can see a bit of the red on the other side of the guard, and they're going to separate the house.
Yeah, I like this side as well. It's a little bit easier shot, first of all. You have a chance to make it. And you're not grouping your stones. So you can bump this back to the back line or just through and kick open, and Kevin will have to chase.
Sweepers going back and forth. Must be close.
Looks like nice weight. Looks like just to the hack. Really well done. Just enough to kill it.
Yeah, very nice. Oh, I thought he might take on the chase here. Try to roll closer to center, but the run back is a good option too. I guess if you do miss it, you open up the double.
That's right. Tyler's usually really good at these too, so. Trying to curl it. Got a piece and 2.
Oh my. Cleanup on aisle B.
That's why you play the run back. You might get them both.
Very solid throw, crisp release.
Just pinpoint.
A little worried early on. Comes over just enough. Makes it look easy.
All you gotta do is hit in the right spot. Easy
Yep.
shot.
Yeah. Throw at the broom with the right weight and the right rotation. You can make anything.
Assuming the broom's in the right place, then you're good.
That is a big assumption.
So Ryan's going to try and use that guard. He is still down 2 even after that big shot by Tyler. Ryan still has a chance to get 2 guards and walk behind the tee line's not hurting him. This looks a little warm. A a little straggler back there that probably won't come into play, but you never know. Kevin can't hit it, so you never know. Sometimes they leave you a double, and that thing comes back to haunt you. Tyler has to change gears from big peel weight to precise finesse come around. Going by the speakers, I'd say he's not light. He's close.
Tyler watching this intently.
Perfect.
That's a nice spot. All right, well, I'll mention one of our sponsors while we have a moment. One of our presenting sponsors is Sentinel Storage. They have a great history in Alberta. From their humble beginnings in 1998, they have grown into the trusted leader in the self-storage industry. Sentinel Storage is there for their customers in times of life's transitions, providing Canadians with convenient, safe, and affordable storage and moving solutions. As a Canadian company, Sentinel Storage is passionate about supporting communities through sports, whether that be grassroots sports teams or professional sports teams. Curling Alberta wants to thank Sentinel Storage for their dedication to our female athletes and their ongoing partnership of curling in Alberta. So a reminder that this is a combined provincials because of the timing of the Olympics this year. Both the men and the women are playing here at the Murray Arena in the Okotoks Recreation Center, and started one day earlier because of that, but still fit lots of draws in, and they have some good practice ice available at the Okotoks Curling Club, just a few steps away. So it's been a well set up and well run event from my perspective.
Been great. Mike and his team did a great job. Mike Limbus, the GM here. So Jared Jenkins just made a beautiful little tap, came tight by the guard, tapped that red just far enough to be fourth shot, and he's 7/8 buried. So those good you could hope to make that one. Kevin's got to match that now and try and sit two himself.
And it might not be good enough to just hit the yellow out. He really wants to stay behind the guard here. Otherwise, there will be a double for Ryan Parent.
Either stay mostly behind, at least edge buried, or roll about 1.5 feet so the double angle is no longer there. But looks like he's trying to play it tight. Didn't hit it far enough. Still shot rock. Really good place for a red rock, though. You just have a half hook one there. Just get a hook behind that red. Kevin can kill that one, but it'll leave definitely a path for two somewhere.
Yeah, that ought to do it. It's very precise, though, on the line. Hey, you've come too far behind the red. Kevin can't see a whole ton of that rock, but he should have enough to do some sort of slash if it's lined up for the double on the back yellow.
He's considering a hit now. He's going to end up playing the draw. But...
yeah, I think I like this draw as well.
Yeah, there's really no room for error, but it's the best result. That hit is no picnic either. Try and hit that red across the face of the yellow and hang around for second. You probably just leave a double, or you can always freeze down to that one, hold you to one anyway. So it's your best chance for two.
Yep.
If you want to try to beat Kevin Cooey, you're going to have to make some shots. So going with the easy shot isn't always the right thing to do. You have to make something.
Yep, and I myself have yet to beat Kevin. We've had some close games. We like to keep it simple in the first half against him, but then it comes down to making those shots, like you say. And so far. When we play Kevin, he just comes out a little bit more precise in that second half.
I don't think you're. I think you're part of a large club that has trouble beating Kevin.
Yep. Well, he's one of the greats in curling. He's done so much in this sport.
A little warm?
I think so.
Yeah. He's Kevin and out. It's happened. I think it looks tough. He probably just follows him with the in-turn. But he just played the out-turn, so it's tempting. It's always tempting to play a shot. You just played because you know the path, you know the speed, you know when it's going to break. But if you hit it high at all, it's 3. So.
Yeah, it's not the best shot or best spot for Ryan to put the rock, but it's making Cooey make a tougher pressure shot.
And make him change turns.
Yeah.
Always good.
So I don't think this would be so bad if the corner guard wasn't there. I don't think it's really in the way, but it's definitely in your view.
It's close. Yeah, his ice is swinging hard enough that there's room to get by that corner. There's no extra room.
Yep.
Makes this perfect. He's probably within 4 or 5 inches of that guard.
So a pressure shot from Kevin Cooey here early. I know he's seen many pressure shots over his career, so I don't imagine he'd be too phased here.
The only question is if this side is similar speed to the other side. So they're going in a new path. Very similar path to Ryan's. Gotta get by that one top. Gotta get by his own red. And he did. 14-9, that was back four with a little bit of sweeping. I wonder if he can rip that. The quarter of that top red goes across the red on the button. The red redirects. Might be 3. If you really had to get 3, I think it's there. See what I'm saying? That red in the top 8 foot. Slash it across the face of the one on the button. It redirects onto the yellow onto the red, and you count 3.
Ooh.
And that straggler counts. I just about a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah, throw a hammer.
I don't think it's any harder than this. I don't think it's ever for 3. That rocks, even with no center guard there, that rocks edge on edge behind the one top 4. So probably just, I don't know, maybe just for 2.
He'd be okay with 2, yeah.
He'd be thrilled with 2, yeah.
All right, Ryan Parent with the last shot here in the second end. Throwing a hack sort of weight. Trying to move out Kevin Cooey's rock. Ethan Drysdale on the sweep.
Hard for line.
Got to get it by the guard and the one top 4. I don't know. Oh. It's a tough break. And it's a steal of one for Kevin Cooey. Goes up 3-0 after the second end. We'll be right back.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Alrighty, folks, we're back for some third end action. Cooey versus Parent, 1 versus 2 page playoff game at the, take a deep breath, 2026 RME New Holland Alberta Summit of Champions, presented by Best Western Hotel and Resorts and Sentinel Storage. So Team Cooey gets the steal in the second end. Bit of pressure faced by Kevin on his last, had to draw right down to the button, had a little bit of backing, and Ryan Parent not quite able to navigate the hole and get his 2 or 3 points. So a solid start from Team Cooey. So Mickey, what do you think the team's approaches will be now?
Well, Ryan's still in the corner again, so Kevin, I think, will keep applying the pressure. The days are gone when you could just clean everything up, so you have to use defense by a rock positioning. So Ryan will, I think, push hard for his deuce here. He'll use the box again to try and get one set up on the wings, and then try and clean up the middle. And if you can get a bit of a mistake from somebody, maybe get his deuce. But he's not going to go crazy, I don't think. It's a 10-end game. You don't have to, rush it, but you do want to try and give yourself a chance to score. He's going behind this time. So this approach is a little less aggressive than going directly behind your corner guard and then trying to address the 3 opposition rocks in the middle. But Carrick made this one a lot better. It's not back 4 this time, so that's probably part of it.
Right. It's looking a bit hot, but I suppose they played this turn so it would be angled towards the corner guard if they were to use it later. That worked out all right.
Yeah, certainly not what you're looking for, but it is a rock in play that Kevin can't remove, so that's a good place to start. Put one out there he can't get rid of, and then see what happens. So Aaron being asked to come around back 4. You don't usually want to go behind the tee line, but in this case, Kevin's encouraging draws to the middle. Looks like Aaron's heavy here.
Yeah. Yeah, you really want to neutralize that yellow. Oh, that's slow down in a hurry.
Well carved.
Ryan trying to figure out how or if he can get that yellow one in play. If it's even worth it, maybe you just try to get a few more in the 4-foot and score your 2 points that way.
Yeah, for now it's just there as some shrapnel in the back of the rings that there might be a catcher at some point. It's probably not going to score, but with those rocks behind the tee line, put something in front of them and make Kevin do something with it. Must be getting keener or something. Everybody's heavy all of a sudden.
And I wonder if it's the multiple shots down a path.
Could be.
Just livens it up a bit.
Third end, all the fresh pebbles gone. I'm trying to lock one into that pocket. It'll be easy for Ryan to get shot rock after this if this shot's made, but Kevin's just trying to encourage a bunch of freezes and congestion in the forefoot. Shrink the scoring area, make it really hard for Ryan to get his deuce. If you make a couple of good freezes around the button somewhere, there's no real estate to score more than one. Still a little warm. Maybe they're right off it. It didn't move anything. But if he can nose that and move it and pass it, say, to the back line, all of a sudden those yellows look interesting, even though they're only going to be fourth and fifth shot. Key is where you leave the shooter. But you'd like to loosen that freeze up, Like a dead freeze, then that one at the forefoot never moves.
Right.
You can tap it, move the back one, then that red one becomes vulnerable for contact later.
Jared Jenkins going hard on the sweep.
It's caught a little different path here. But he's okay. Move that back one just far enough.
Yeah, I think that'll do. A great shot from team parent second, Ben Savage.
Kevin's a little worried. Too many yellow kickers that are starting to be part of the conversation.
Yeah. And if you tap that red up, your red shooter is not going to be fifth shot. It's going to be sixth. Yeah, this is getting a little scary. And we've seen what Ryan can do with triples.
Yeah, it's just weak for triples. You should make one or two a season. Maybe he's made 3 in the last 2 games.
Yep.
A game and a half.
I can barely make a double takeout. Oh, my goodness.
The bad news is you shouldn't have to be throwing too many triple takeouts, right?
Yep. I think that's part of the fun for both of these teams, to be able to throw those cool angles.
Yeah, Kevin's not loving this setup. There's too many, not red flags, or yellow flags in this case.
Yep.
That's angled to kill both those reds, and then yellow would be 1, 3, and 4. And he's always got that red tap. If he doesn't do anything with it now, it's always there to tap to the button later in the end if he has to.
It's Tyler looking to get just a hair off nose here, I suppose. Angle it towards the back yellow.
You got to make this rock. You want this rock to be very secure right here somehow. Freeze tap, a little overcurl maybe.
Yeah, not going very fast. I wonder if it's just the lefty track, a different path of ice.
Coming at from a different angle. He's also quite a bit lighter. Those other rocks were all kind of back 4, back 8. He was just top 4.
Yeah.
So it broke it out early. But yeah, he is throwing with the wrong hand. So
yep. Tyler, it's not too late to change. Don't do it right now, but you got the whole summer.
If you make the double here and sit 3, everything's it's still interesting. If he gets rid of these 2 reds, he might lose a yellow one on the way by here. This could deflect off that red and might clip one of those yellows back there. But just spins off it.
Yeah, you can see how lively those rocks are. At a club, that rock's barely moving.
Especially all that spin on it, eh?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden those 2 in the back 8 foot are in play. this freezes on the wrong angle, parent will have a chance to sit 4. If this freezes, say square on the center line, frozen, you know it's hit to sit 4.
Yeah. But the good news, this is the curler's dream. Same shot twice.
Right.
Should be close.
Tyler's what, 2-time world junior champ, right? So he can make shots.
Though I did beat him a long, long time ago at the Kelowna, I don't remember exactly what it's called, the junior curling summer camp. Back when we were 14 or 15. So.
Yeah, don't forget those. When you become the 2-time world champion, you always say, I beat that guy.
Yep. I put him in his
Before
place.
He was famous. That's always one of my claims to fame is Kevin Cooey played third for me for 3 years. When he first came out of juniors, he was looking for a men's team, and we had seen him win the Vernon Cash Spiel when he was about 16. Weighed about 102 pounds. He couldn't have been more than 16 years old. And he beats like Lukowicz and Folk and those guys back in the day. He moved to Calgary to go to school and looking for a men's team. I said, I think we can make room for you.
Absolutely.
That was a fun 3 years. He had hair then, so he looks a little bit different.
Now he's more aerodynamic in his slide. Oh, and I just remembered the name of the curling camp, the Rock Slide Camp in Kelowna.
That makes sense, in the mountains.
Yeah. 30 degrees outside. Felt beautiful on the ice.
Jared, you got a good one here. Rearrange those angles. Boom. You got it squirted that red one. It's a good shot. A lot of yellow rocks there, Kev.
Yeah. This is reminding me and maybe some of you viewers of the first end of Team Parent versus Team Van Amsterdam. I don't remember the colors, but the Team Parent rocks just kept piling up. And before you knew it, they had 4.
I think they were red. The parent was red. Yeah.
Parent was red, yeah.
So Kevin can get to the nose or slightly across the face and kill at least one of those yellows out of the forefoots to sit first and third or second and third. Try and limit the damage. If you can escape with the deuce here, like giving up only 2, you up one with playing 4, it's pretty good. But if he hits this wrong or rubs a guard or something, it'll be a handful.
Well, that's the trouble. There's not a whole lot of margin here. It's you want to get to the inside, like you said, Mickey.
Yeah,
but you could easily rub the guard in this inside path.
It's edge buried too, so.
Or you bounce open. There's lots of catchers, but they should be able to sit 2 or 3.
Well, Ryan's accomplished his first goal, which is to put some pressure on, get some rocks in play, get some yellows in place where they're hard to remove, and then see what happens. I need a half shot miss here, and all of a sudden it's tied or better. Discussing the path here. How much weight do I need to throw? How much did I throw last end when I tapped that one back 4? How close is it here? Tyler threw 2 in this pass, so he should be able to give him some really good information.
Well, it's important to get it right. There's a lot of different information that goes into a finesse shot like this. But I do worry about the implication of the time clocks. I'd be curious to see. Doesn't have to be right away, but see what the time is looking like for both teams. Lots of time.
Lots of time for Kevin. He can play 2 ends in 3 minutes if he has to.
Fair enough.
It's close if he gets it by.
Oh, my.
Perfect. Tap it. Get it out. Nope. That one's buried, though. That takes the 2 in the back 8 foot pretty much out of the equation.
With the weight Kevin can throw, it's going to be real hard not to leave a double.
Or freeze into a pocket.
Yeah. Oh. Thin double. Ooh. Maybe it's there.
I think you just freeze there. Take away that freeze into the pocket. And then the one on the side is kind of wide open if Kevin doesn't do something good.
I know the appeal of sitting 5 is alluring, but all right. So 38 minutes. You should have 19 at the break. I think they're doing all right on time. Third end here. A little tight for Cooey, perhaps, but he's no stranger to that. Thank you to our producer, Connor, for showing us that. Very well done.
So look, we're playing just a freeze top 4. A lot of ice, so it must be just trying to freeze on the edge of that one that Kevin just threw.
Yeah, I like this. I think that thin double's a bit too greedy against Kevin Cooey. He's going to lock one in the pocket and make you regret you ever even thought about it. You got to beat him to it.
Foot heavy here. Poking around it. Well, that one's not going anywhere. So Kevin can freeze.
I wonder if he would think about blasting, hit a thin piece. Yeah, like he just motioned for there.
They're pretty easy to get rid of 2 of them and give him a draw the forfeit for his deuce. His freeze is tempting as well if you make it really good, but I think you're giving up 2 anyways. If you freeze on a piece of that, he just knows it for 2 or 3 anyway. So.
Yeah. It's almost too bad that red one's in the top 4. If it's not there, you could easily throw back 8, back 12, nose the yellow, and get your force there. But the red one's in the way. You're going to bounce off if you throw with any weight.
Red's only showing a thin half, so you can't chase it with any weight. It's a dead draw, or else the rip. I think my guess is he's going to throw a hit.
Yeah.
Hit an inch of it. Rattle 2 of them out.
I suppose there's a bit of risk if he hits it just right. Does he ever tick the red one out in the back 4?
Yep, he hits it too thick. You can rub that one. But then that one's locked out of sight in the top 4. Pretty tough to chase that one. And that would be 3rd shot. So the worst case would be 3, even if he misses this wide. He just hits the one on the open one. He's made a few out-turn hits in his day, so I think it'll be close.
Bringing the heat. Is it going to come up enough? I don't know if he has a piece. No.
Be right back. Just played this path. He should make it. Can't bump anything. If he bumps that even a few inches, he only gets his deuce. But he just played in this path. I think it's a really good chance we're at a tie game here.
Yeah. If he didn't just play this, I think he'd be leaning towards the hit on that back 4 yellow, back 4 red rock. It's just a nose hit. You can roll a little bit inside. But just through this.
Yeah, he could play that. Another one of his famous triples and get 5 here.
Oh.
hit an inch that buried rock and crotch into those 2 side reds and take 5.
Or peel your yellows out. Yeah, it's a bit greedy. Let's see if he can get his 3 points here. Looks like a similar throw. Sweepers like it. Ooh. Well done. That's 3 points. We got a Tied game here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we'll be back for some more exciting action right after these commercials.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
And here we go again. It's all tied up at 3. Team parent throwing up a center guard to start off with. No surprise, and looks like they got just enough of that center line to avoid a tick shot. So nowadays, there's the no tick rule if you're biting the center line in the free guard zone. Oh, thank you, Mickey. Mickey just got me an original 16 Canadian copper ale, a very delicious beverage to fuel our commentating, and looks like he got a classic vodka soda. Vodka soda is not one of the sponsors, but Original 16 is. They are the official beer of Curling Alberta and the local ice lounge sponsor. You can, not in this view, but you can see it at the other end. There's some folks hanging out there in the ice lounge. So if you're bored looking for something to do this weekend, get off your couch and come on down, have an Original 16, and come support these great curlers on their quest to represent Alberta at the 2026 Brier in St. John's, Newfoundland, and the 2026 Scotties in Mississauga. Is that correct?
I think so.
I think Mississauga, yeah. Yes, anyways, Original 16 is one of Canada's most successful regional brewers and an internationally recognized producer of world-class beer. Original 16 pays a premium to make sure their beer is made with the best ingredients. They have a brewmaster with dedication to education, experience, creativity, and craftsmanship. And Curling Alberta would like to thank Original 16 for their continued support. For those of you at the event, Original 16 beer will be available in the Ice Lounge.
Original 16 has become a great friend of curling, actually. They sponsor lots of events. They sponsor the one in Calgary, the Original 16 Spiel, Cash Spiel in November. Pretty much every club you go to now has Original 16 logos in it, and carry Original 16. They're, I think, the primary beer. When we were at the Brier in 2024, Original 16 was the beer of choice in the patch. So, yeah, they're really closely connected to curlers, so their sponsorship is much appreciated, and I think curlers reply in kind and support them back. So,
absolutely, we sincerely appreciate the support. Doesn't hurt that it tastes pretty darn good too.
That's a big part of it, yeah. So interesting. How do you get 3 on Kevin Cooey? That's was interesting. Yeah, Ryan and his team played a great end. Did a really good job of establishing some angles early. Made their rocks really difficult to remove. And Kevin missed that that sort of tick double that he tried to play to hold him to 2. So, yeah, that's kind of the recipe. Put your rocks where they can't kill them and make more shots than they do. So it was interesting to watch that develop.
Absolutely. Again, makes for some exciting curling. That's what we want with this playoff action. So much on the line. None of these teams are going to pre-qualify for the Brier. In past years, we've had a final where we knew both teams were going. It didn't really matter who won, but everything is on the line here.
That's right. Just like the old days, only one team is happy at the end of this weekend.
Yeah.
One team goes Brier and everyone else goes home sad.
Just like our team.
Yeah, and 11 other teams. Oh, Ryan broke his broom there. He's okay. Interesting call here. This is absolutely the best result. It's kind of high risk, and you hate get rid of your center guard when you don't have hammer. But freezing behind a corner guard without hammer is also risky. And it looks good. You're sitting 2, you're buried, you're frozen, but it's just trouble. So I like that call. Kevin's still got lots of building blocks to build some offense with,
but also some sneaky hiding spots for Team Parent.
Yeah, it's a yellow guard closer to the 4 foot, so that always matters. Aaron throwing second stone now. When he first joined this team after his team dissolved, he was playing third, but now he's calling the line on Kevin's rocks, but throwing second stone. So he's able to roll right into the middle of that window. So Brian has a chance to make a double now. Should be able to just miss that back one if he hits it right. Or it should just go across the face of that yellow, and could make it perfect and roll towards center. So that was an unfortunate roll for Aaron. Could have rolled a little more or a little less and been in good shape. Probably wanted to roll all the way behind the red. That's probably quite why they're going hard to curl that one. Trying to get this one to curl. Jared must have been a little full on it. Oh, now they're straight. And we're trying to go for it the other way. Went for plan B there.
Pretty good result. You can easily come off that red one. You got air now.
Right. But the end is setting up kind of how Kevin would like it to set up. A couple of corner guards, rocks out the wings. There's not a bunch of congestion in the middle where you can get forced. Last in Ryan was able to get 3 all on the 4 foot, but it doesn't usually happen that way. You usually get a clustered 4 foot and it's somebody gets 1. It's the usual result, but so Kevin's happy with this. If it turns into a blank, he's not unhappy. Tied with hammer at any point is always good. But he likes to try and score with hammer. I was having a conversation with him one time about strategy and whatnot. And like he said, in so many events now they play 8 ends. He says, I only get hammer 3 or 4 times a game. If there's any kind of blanks, I only get a hammer maybe 3 times, maybe 4.
Right.
I like to try and use them to score. A lot of guys will try and go blank, blank, blank. He can't steal at the high level nowadays. You can't count on a steal. So he said, if I have hammer, I want to try and score with it. So he tries to build something.
And speaking of blank, 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 that's exactly what we had going on in the 3 versus 4 game on the men's side. Team Tau versus Team Van Amsterdam. They blanked the first 3 ends, and then Team Van Amsterdam got 1 point in the 4th end with the hammer. Now playing the 5th, and it's looking wide open. It's going to be another blank.
Oh, yeah. Well, you called that one right. He made the in off there. He came and hit and roll off that winger. Try and force Kevin to put his rocks close together somehow. So that was a good hit and roll.
What a fantastic shot. I wonder if that's even the perfect shot. If you roll dead behind the guard, Kevin might chase through the hole and keep the rocks separated. But here...
Yeah, I think you're right. He wanted to roll to this side or even roll a couple of feet more on top of that red.
Sure, yeah.
But definitely you get somewhere where you can force her to put both the rocks on the same side of the sheet. Maybe get a double takeout at some point.
And then on the women's side, well, I'll wait a few seconds because Selena Sturmey is throwing her last rock as we speak. Oh!
Just touches the side of the guard. Still spinning in there okay. Not a bad result. I think he was supposed to tap that a bit, so it must have been a little light.
Yeah. All right, well, Team Sturmey narrowly missed a long raise to the button, so Team Grey Withers stole one to go up 3-2 after 4 ends. And then, so that is the 1 versus 2 game on the women's side, which is also a feature game. I believe the Skrlik sisters are commentating that one. So you can choose who you like better, but I think you want to stay tuned to this game. We're having some pretty exciting conversation. And then the other women's game, 3-4 game, is Slaczynski versus De Schifferdt. And that is still 3-1. They're in the 5th end. De Schifferdt is up 2 with hammer.
Oh, wow.
De Schifferdt has the 3-1 lead. And that is the U of A junior women's team. The only current U of A team to make the playoffs on either side.
There's 4 or 5 of them here. It seems like they're all over the place.
I know. They just keep coming.
That's a great program. So Kevin's got to make a run back here to find a way to make sure he scores one.
Oh my!
Tyler's either a little heavy or a little light on that, or narrow or something on that tap attempt, and team parent made the perfect hit and roll. So
maybe Kevin's just a lot better at runbacks than I am. Well, he is, but I'd be chasing that yellow one all day long. I think you can get a good angle on that.
With
yeah,
actor board, at least open things up so you can score. I don't think you get rid of both of them. Maybe.
Again, runs a really nice result, but if
make it perfect, you're going to get your blank. But all kinds of ways to leave yellows in charge of the forefoot here.
You just got to make contact here. Oh, Kevin doesn't look too happy from that view. We're in the upstairs lounge of the curling club, so I can't see immediately what happened. Oh dear! Oh,
sliver low and missed everything.
That is just about the worst possible place to roll to, isn't it?
Absolutely the worst. Couldn't be worse. If he corner freezes on his top one, Kevin can't score.
He's probably playing the run back again if he does that, which that's a long run back to against 3. You never want to be doing that. I remember that was the very first time I ever beat Aaron Slaczynski. We were playing in Airdrie, and he was throwing just unbelievably well. Almost a little too well, got a little overconfident, threw a 10-foot run back and missed by an inch.
There you go.
An inch on the back rock, a millimeter on the top rock. He's a great player. And you were coaching him previously, isn't that right, Mickey?
For a couple of years, we beat Cooey to go to the Brier in 24, actually. So, yeah.
Yep.
He's an awfully good shot maker, great touch player, throws big weight well, sees the game really well. So, he's fun to coach. Ryan could lock on a steal here. If he makes this perfect, he might have kept some sort of a double, but he freezes on a quarter of that top one. Kevin can't do much about it except try and minimize his losses.
It's coming in nice.
Pretty much perfect.
Oh my!
Just think I called it.
There's not even a run back here.
I guess he could draw the button. You can score by drawing the button. Or you can play this run back. Still hold them to one. Still, there's one yellow, a minimum.
Yeah.
The worst Ryan you can do here is get one.
Wow. How the tables turn.
This is kind of innocent the way this developed. They made a hit and roll off the wings, and then Tyler was light on that tap. And Jared made a perfect hit and roll, or was that Ryan? Someone made a perfect hit and roll.
Yeah, well, Jared made the long roll, and Ryan made the short roll right on top.
And Kevin missed a run back, and I was going to play another run.
A way to put some pressure on him.
This is to hold him to one.
Looks pretty close. And just enough. Stilo on a great result on the last one from Kevin Cooey. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah, the intern's moving a bit there.
Yeah.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Welcome back. Some fifth end action. Team Parent has a great finish to the fourth end. Puts huge pressure on Kevin Cooey. Kevin opts for the long run double instead of the draw to the edge of the button. It was going to be a tough draw if he played it. It was either one. It was all or nothing. A score of 1 or a steal of 3. So I can see why Kevin wanted to do the run back.
Yeah, it was a super tough draw. You had to go wide and touch the edge of the button. So, and he just played that run, so pretty sure he's going to make contact. A hitter like him.
Yeah.
But still no picnic. Running back about 8-footer, making 2 go away. So Ethan Drysdale throw a nice tight center with his first. Cooley goes corner. This looks like a little deep, maybe. Oh, pretty good.
And Serena, you're in a conflict of interest.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, he's really good at setting up those ends. He's got that top 4 weight and that tight guard weight locked down.
It's off the center line, though, so Kevin played a chip shot. He agreed with Ryan, got him to agree that it was off. Center, so it's tickable.
Yeah.
Make this as like hack to board weight and get rid of it and spin behind the corner, or even if you just roll a foot and stay in the free guard zone, it's a pretty good shot.
Oh. We got a frozen camera, so we're going to stay on this view. All right, sweepers coming into view here. And it looks like they're carving it over. They got to get a piece of this guard. Looking pretty good. Oh, caught in between a bit. Ooh.
I think he'd rather that would have stayed in the free guard zone.
Yeah. I think that's going to be in the house. They're going to measure this. They're going to have to move that yellow rock in order to measure. Hey.
Yeah. If they disagree, if one says it's in and one says it's out.
Yeah.
If Ryan's unsure, he'll want to know.
Yep.
It's pretty chaseable if it's.
And for some of you viewers who may be saying, oh, this isn't the last rock, they're not allowed to measure. Yes, they are allowed to see if a rock is in the free guard zone or if it's in the house. You have to know if you can hit it or not. But you can't measure if it's in the back of the house. You got to eyeball it and figure it out. Oh, looks like it's tall enough to go over the rock. That's smart.
Out.
Oh, all right.
So, well, Kevin's happy with that. So now he's got a double corner on that side to use.
Yep.
Try to build something. And Ryan is going to have to play protect in the middle.
And
they said earlier in the week they'd sent out a notice saying that some of the rings were a little bit fat. They said there's some places where it might look like it's just touching, but it's not. For whatever reason, the rings are a little bit bigger than they're supposed to be, bigger than the actual 6 feet. So that biter stick might indicate that it's out, even though your eyeball tells you it might be just touching. So interesting.
Right. It was a pretty cryptic email, though. I didn't really understand it myself, but
all it said was the rings.
You just got to assume,
the
measure
rings
it.
The rings are fat. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
It's like the Nutana Club in Saskatoon. They have a chart at each end of the ice telling you where the rings are fat and where they're skinny. Like
oh, really?
They're not round for some reason. So, it's 3/8 of an inch fat over here, and it's 1/4 of an inch skinny over there. So you see a rock, you can't tell if it's biting or not. You have to go back to the chart on the wall to see whether you think they're right. It's still a guess.
Sounds like they should take extra care in August when setting up the ice.
Have a few less pops before you paint the ice.
Yeah. Team Kui opting for the run back here. Hoping to get it out of the forefoot, but very usable red rock. A rare possible triple split opportunity, perhaps. Get it real thin, maybe.
Two in. I don't know how you get 3 in.
Dunk through the middle. I don't know.
Oh,
that's pretty tough.
Pretty fancy. Playing some sort of a draw or a guard here regarding that situation.
Yeah, I guess they're pretty happy. They're lined straight in front of each other. But those are some very dangerous, usable red rocks.
They sure are. Ethan, go Ethan. He's a great sweeper.
Yep.
He's not a big man, but he puts everything he's got into every sweep. But that guarded the wrong half. If you're going to miss that guard, you got to guard the other half. If you show him half of that and he rolls the wings on the open side, not a big deal. But here you can roll behind that cluster of reds and start building some offense. So that was either too much ice or a wide throw. It was missed on the wrong side.
Yep. Normally hit and rolls are pretty tough, but that is a wide margin to roll behind.
3.5 feet to roll.
Yeah. But I know, as you say, Mickey, it's a lot easier to come around often than a hit and roll. But sometimes you just gotta kill 2 birds with 1 curling stone, right?
Well, it depends on what the primary objective is. If you really have to get rid of opposition stones and the roll is a bonus, then fine, go ahead and play the hit and the roll is a bonus. If you really want to get a rock into a spot, it's easier to throw it there than to hit something and roll it there. In that case, Kevin had to address that stuff in the middle. He didn't get rid of them both, but the roll was kind of a bonus. Like you said, he could roll behind any one of those 3 reds and be in good shape, which he's done here. So now he's got Ryan chasing him because that guard wasn't executed properly.
Oh,
worst case scenario. Hit that on the wrong side. Oh my God! And he chipped the other one in. Oh my God! Not only did he jam it on the yellow, he chipped the other one in that was measured to be short.
And he got it a piece buried. That double is really, really tough. The straight back double. Oh,
both those shots were missed the wrong way. You don't ever try and miss, but you got to be smart with your misses, right? So that's too bad. So Ryan and you'll have some cleanup to do here. You can escape with the deuce now after that mess. You'll be happy.
Seems to be the story of the game for both teams so far. Be happy to give up 2. Happy to give up a steal.
Yeah. Oh, it's a funny game with 5 rock. It's not that predictable anymore. A little heavy. Must have guessed it'd be heavy out here. Make that double, he'd be happy. Might be able to make the double and roll. The roll might jam. He'd be second shot behind the guard, so it wouldn't be terrible. He'd look at jam. Probably second shot behind that guard.
Yeah, that'd be big.
Ooh. I don't know if you got room behind the guard to roll that far, do you? Is there enough air to roll?
Oh, he keeps losing his broom head.
Yeah.
It's not much of a broom slammer. It might just be a little loose.
That's why I always say skips don't really need brooms anyways. Most of them can't sweep and nobody aims at it.
Yep. Pretty much. It's a hard life. A cold
That's
life.
A flat double. I don't know.
Yeah, it is flat. Looks like just the roll here. It's good weight.
Well, Jared can throw it hard. He's a big man. There's something good here, I think. Bang, off the back of it. No.
Oh.
Thought it was pretty flat.
Yeah. It's always tough with those crosshouse ones because you get the spin that just goes down a little bit.
Yeah, Kevin doesn't like that double and roll opportunity there. He's going to try to take that away from him.
Yeah.
He'll leave him that wide open one to roll. It's like we were just talking about. That perfect hit and roll is always a hard shot.
Yeah.
Tyler just played here as well. Should know this path really well for speed and for curl. Just hit this half buried top 12, and Ryan's in a world of hurt.
Did he tuck enough? I think so.
Make that double.
Double's probably there, but
now you can take that open. If you ever make the perfect 8-foot hit and roll, you roll behind that stagger Kevin just set up.
Wouldn't that be something? Even the back doubles,
you get
pretty good.
And bounce into the back one. Yeah, the angle's not bad for that. There's some options there.
Yeah, maybe you play lighter weight so you don't roll over top.
Yeah, play a weight that never rolls over top. This would be probably normal or firm control. You can never roll out. I don't think over the top with just normal.
Yeah,
control for sure. But you can roll behind the yellow is good. Leave Kevin a short run back, or roll all the way behind that stagger, or frozen to that red one. Probably does that because if he makes that double up top there, Kevin's drawing to sit 3 somewhere, and you give him 3 numbers at the time.
Yeah.
Or do you have the backbone to play the straight come around and just wrap around all that stuff?
I suppose you could. I don't know if you do it right now. You might think about it if this hit and roll wasn't so queued up.
Kevin's got 2 slashes. No matter how good you make that in-turn come around, he's got one or the other option of slashes depending how deep you go. He's got some way to get at you unless you go all the way behind the deeper one, like back 8.
Yeah.
So, hit and roll's best way in. It's just a harder shot.
Yeah, looks like that's what they've settled on. Probably ice for a control weight takeout. Anywhere from thin half to a thick half. I think it's going to be really good here.
About a third is a double, so
yeah,
it probably wasn't throwing enough weight to make the double itself, but make contact with that wide one. Set that one back a little.
Yeah, it looks like it's running early, but they like it.
10-3. Perfect.
Oh.
No.
Wow. That was really, really hard to do.
Any thicker, any thinner. He's in great shape. Right? Thinner, you bounce into that one. Thicker, you roll a foot less.
My goodness. To make matters worse, the red doubles lined up to jam now, if you wanted that as an option.
It's no longer on the table. I think you can come off your own now, go. Kevin put this wide open.
Ooh, yeah.
You can come off the yellow with some kind of quiet weight and get second shot behind the pack.
Yeah.
Hold him to 2. Kind of in survival mode now if you're parent. You can't give up 4 or something, because then you're, even though there's half a game to go, you're down 3 or 4. Never before, I guess, but you don't want to be down 3. Again.
Yep. It's impressive enough that you scored the 3 to tie it up. Don't do it again.
Only so many 3-handers against a team like Coo. Well, he didn't think twice about this. He knew he was going in, just throw it in the open back 8 and let Ryan do what he wants with it. He could have hooked one around top 8 himself behind that mess, but he just said, no, we're doing this. Didn't even think about it. So that's useless to Ryan now.
Yes.
I wonder if he sees that little in off his own. One of the C's within the perfect straight draw. Problem with the draw is it has to be so deep to be any good. Anywhere from top 8 depth to back 4 depth. Kevin's just got a simple slash for a multiple. If you play the in off the yellow, you know you're deep. You know you're going to be all the way to the back 8, and you can be right dead behind that second shot rock.
Yep.
But it's drawn there, which is...
I guess trouble with the in-off is you're probably never going to sit second shot. Well, I suppose you could if you make it perfect.
Yeah, you're right. It's grab a 3.
But then you're only down 2. But if you make this good, that's the way to go.
Yeah, you're...
Cut them down to 2.
You're giving up 2 almost every time here. But there's a chance you're giving up 5 as well if you're heavy. I think there's lots of 3s and 4s here. If you're not, you're going to leave one of those out-turn slashes.
Yeah. Bit of a tough path. It's not quite the corner guard path that you're throwing a lot, nor the draw to the button path. So a little bit tougher for the sweepers to manage and for everyone to figure out the weight to throw.
A bit of a guess.
Yeah. You gave it a good set.
Ben seems to think it's there. They're working it.
Just snuck by the top yellow. Ooh. I think they got it past.
Might have got 3rd.
I think they're 3rd. What a sweep.
15-1. Can't tell who's 3rd. Not like it matters. You got no shot to use that. Draw for 3. Maybe 4 if they win the measure. Who's got that?
Real close.
This is a wild game.
Yep. You're commentating the women's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear Selena call Zoe out on dumping when she
Nope.
was clearly not dumping?
Is that from the first end?
Yeah,
There was
she
some
was like-
Facebook Messenger chatter about
Yeah,
that.
they were like, you can't. She's like, you can't. She's like, you can knife. She's like, don't throw shit in the middle of the rock. I'm like,
Oh no.
I hate to say it, but her knife was very legal.
Yep.
Very legal.
All right, Kevin Cooey just drawing one in, no problem.
3 for sure. I'd say measure for 4, but I think it's 3.
Yeah, I agree with you there. If it's 3, that's one heck of a sweep. Gave it their all for a milliliter.
Yes. Ethan's not a big man, but every ounce it was into the sweep. Street sweep.
That is close. That's a good zoom in from our production crew.
Looks yellow to me.
Yes, thank you, Connor.
My eyes aren't what they used to be.
Oh, this looks really close. I wonder if they'll have to go around twice. Let's see. Just past the 3. And it is yellow.
Good job, Ethan.
Wow.
Saved your team a point.
Yep. That is a crucial sweep, keeping Cooey to 3 in the 5th end. Cooey leads 6-4 heading into the 5th end break. We'll be right back for a little mid-game recap.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus and nurturing...
Yes. Whoa. Oh, boy. Shot. Wheel me.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
All right, we are in the 5th end break, so we're going to look at some of the other games. We have Tau versus Van Amsterdam. They're kind of blocking the view, but it's 2-1. Let me see who has the lead. It is Team Tau has the 2 points. Yeah, there it is. Team Tau yellow, 2-1. Very conservative game. I'm glad we're commentating this one.
This was all kinds of fun.
Yep.
Field goals everywhere you look.
But I suppose 2-1 is okay, too. So you want to win the game. That's the ultimate goal. And over here we have Sturmey Grey-Withers in a 3-3 tie. Grey-Withers with the hammer. Sturmey coming out of the B event on the women's side. Grey-Withers coming out of the A. And again, a slight block of the view. Just looking here. De Schiffert is up 4-1, I believe.
Schiffer throwing the red rocks. Both of these teams came out of the C event. Oh, it's 4-2 now. So they just finished the sixth end. So Schiffer looking pretty solid. And those are the score updates. Here is the time. Holy smokes, that's really low on time for both teams. You should have at least 19 minutes. 19 is the halfway point. Both teams only have one timeout in the game. They're going to need to pick up the pace a bit. And we'll see what they can do.
Barely 3 minutes per end left, so it's just tight.
Yeah.
You can do it, but it's tight. You'll see the front ends be in the hack, ready to throw, using up 3 or 4 seconds per rock because the skips know what they've won their first couple of 3 shots. So there won't be too many more long discussions.
Absolutely. All right, we'll be right back after this next set of commercials.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
All right, welcome back. Gray Withers sitting 2 over there. As we pan in on here, pretty good start for Team Parent in this end. Ethan Drysdale once again doing a nice job setting up the end. Bit of a pocket for Team Cooey though, eh?
Yeah, they would have wanted those rocks to be lined up like top 4 and frozen, or top 4, top 8, something like that. Pockets are so dangerous. A lot of ways they're more dangerous than guards. The guards are just going to run them back. Someone gets a good rock into the pocket, it's a 2-shot play to get rid of it. So Kevin's going to beat him into the pocket and let him kind of build from there.
Yeah, and that's how we lost our game this morning. A dreaded pocket. Yeah. Beware, young curlers watching.
Beware the pocket.
Yes. That's a pretty good spot. Takes away the pocket.
Yeah,
for now.
Hit this just a sliver low and stay on top. But Cooey probably runs the corner guard anyway. Then we'll see what happens. Oh, roll behind. Interesting. Sitting 2-3.
Pretty good.
Chance for Aaron to make the triple and roll in.
Yeah, it's the bad news. It's pretty queued up for a corner triple.
Yeah, it's just wrong. They're supposed at the third end or something. They hit it just wrong and nutted it in there. There you go. Called and made.
Those rocks are flying out.
Made it easy.
All right.
Oh, some rocks in play.
Yeah, what do you do here if you're team parent? You throw a corner guard in between those reds?
Yeah, I think that's a great call. I put it about a foot or two short in between the two reds, so it's hard to kill with either turn.
Yeah.
Risk of a jam either way, and you get something to work with. Unless he looks like he's changed gears, you're going to go for the blank.
Sneaky if it sticks. Pretty good.
Jim was happy to hit here, burn up the clock a little bit, and protect some time on the clock, and just try and sit 2 or 3 all in to get his force. Then go to the last 4 ends of the game with a 1-point lead and hammered.
I wonder if that's a factor in team parents' decision to hit there. As you saw in the break, both teams about 15 minutes left. That's a little tight. Gets the blood flowing a bit more, get you amped up for the second half, which could be good or bad, I suppose. Depends how you do under that pressure. Well, while it's looking a little more open, let's talk about some of our sponsors. Okay. We didn't have much of a chance in the first round, so it was so exciting.
Go for it.
So our one of our title sponsors is RME. That stands for Rocky Mountain Equipment. They are one of Canada's largest independent dealers of agriculture and construction equipment, with dozens of locations across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. RME supplies farmers and contractors with new and used machinery, parts, financing, and after-sales support. The company is a major dealer for brands like New Holland and provides key local service and expertise to rural communities across the prairies. And New Holland is also one of the title sponsors. New Holland Agriculture is a globally recognized agricultural machinery brand with roots dating back to 1895. Today, as part of CNH Industrial, New Holland designs and manufactures a full line of equipment, from tractors and combine harvesters to haying, seeding, and forage tools, serving farmers in more than 170 countries. The brand is known for blending innovation, efficiency, and sustainability to help producers operate more productively and profitably, with a focus on technology, connectivity, and environmentally conscious solutions. So thank you to RME, Rocky Mountain Equipment, and New Holland for your support of this event, the 2026 RME New Holland Alberta Summit of Champions, presented by Best Western Hotel and Resorts and Sentinel Storage.
Wow, you had that all memorized, did you?
Oh, I wish. My brain's still mushy from the curling games this week. It's a lot of thinking out there on the ice.
Painful. So nice quick end here. They're both trying to bank some time or get back on track a little bit because they're both really slow in the front. 23 minutes for the first half and only 15 for the second half. So Ryan's hoping for a quiet hit and roll or maybe a soft double, trying to get a blank out of this. Trying to get the curl, must be close. Thin. Might have it.
Looks perfect.
Bang, bang. And stuck it. Nothing to it.
And Kevin already ready to go in the hack. He really wants to burn off some time. That's a similar thing that my team likes to do in timed events. When we have an open hit, I'm pretty confident that they can throw it without going down the ice. Whether that's me or my teammate Cole Adams. And same thing, Ryan Parent confident that he doesn't need to visualize the blank as he makes his way down the ice. He knows what he needs to do. I'd be curious to see the time clocks at the beginning of next end. Just see how fast they played this end. That might have been a 1 or 2 minute end. Oh, gotta get it out.
And then knows the blanket.
Oh.
Maybe it did need division.
Yeah, maybe. It does help. But would it be worth the extra time? We'll never find out. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Oh, he is right on it. Nice work, Connor. All right, that was a very quick end. Both teams played it in under 2 minutes. Very impressive for a full end of curling. But was it worth the cost, the potential cost of a nosed blank attempt? I think, well, you want to have some time left for the last end. So I'd say
it's like Ethan is short, but overcurled the center line a bit.
Yeah.
So they can play the tick shot or a little tap and roll.
Yeah, it's so crucial these days to have it on the center line.
Well, Ryan will be pretty disappointed after all the precision hits he's made this game and all week to miss a basic blanket attempt where you have a spot about 8 inches wide to hit.
Yeah, it's a.
I was giving up hammer. So you might get 2 more. If you're lucky, you can get a force here. You can get a hammer at 8 and 10, maybe. He needs force, deuce, force, deuce. So he has to play 4 perfect ends.
Yeah. Oh, there's been some surprises thrown at us this game. You never know. But as the teams get into the final ends, I don't think you'll see it quite as junky as it was early when they're both trying to outmaneuver each other. Team Cooey does not want to throw away the game and letting Team Parent try to beat them at a game of angles.
Yeah, the team's not loving the all-out, go-for-it draw shot yet.
Yeah.
You can get a couple ways to get a force here. Make a good roll, you might get a force. But don't want to give up 3 and blow out the game either.
Yeah. Yeah, force is huge here in the odd end. You really got to go all out for the force later on in the end if you have the opportunity. A blank puts you in a really tough spot.
Not as tough as a 3.
Yep, yeah, that's true.
Roll behind or roll the other side, group those stones. I would just turn into a blank probably, but
Yeah. Well, which one do you think they should hit here, Mickey?
I think I'm hitting this one. A couple of chances to roll good or roll grouped.
Yep. Jared Jenkins hard on the sweep. Can he hold it?
Get it deep enough.
Well done. Maybe 2 shots away from a double that you can stick around with. If you roll out, that guard is long gone.
Yeah.
So you really got to stick around, whether you're playing an open hit, a hit and roll, or a double takeout.
Jared with his first will play the hit and hopefully roll in front and make it a little bit awkward to get rid of this one. Oh, so if he kills everything, you can go back and use that point or that center guard. It's a biter. Kevin hit it to keep the blank alive. Blank or deuce. Kevin's happy with both of those outcomes.
Yep. Once again, wasting no time. Both teams are getting into a better flow here. What a shot. That's a gutsy line call, even from a veteran skip.
And hit and roll behind that now, or half behind?
I guess so. Is that a switch gear line call? Roll away?
Sounded like it.
Yeah.
Notice here losing is a makeable double.
And maybe even a roll behind the guard.
A little bit warm now.
Oh, that's a surprising miss from Tyler.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a very panicky sweep either. Didn't see that coming.
Barely hit it. So Ryan can use, even though that red's a biter, the guard is yellow, so Ryan's going to give it a go. Make a good one here, top button. Put the heat on Kevin.
Well, I think this is a good chance to mention another sponsor. A Curling Alberta sponsor is Bel Air Direct. They offer Curling Alberta's curlers and their families exclusive discounts on insurance. With increasing living costs, Bel Air Direct understands the importance of providing something. It is blank after that. Providing insurance, I suppose. Members at Curling Alberta clubs are eligible to receive a group discount on their car, home, condo, and tenants insurance on top of any other discounts, savings, and benefits customers are already eligible for at Bel Air Direct. Bel Air Direct gives back to our curling community. When a residential or auto insurance policy is purchased, Bel Air Direct will donate part of the premium collected to Curling Alberta, which in turn supports local curling clubs and events.
Perfect.
And what a great come around by Ryan Parent there.
Absolutely perfect. Top button out of sight. I'm going to try and make this double and we'll leave a guard in play, but at least it'll be red. Go behind again now.
Absolutely. Force is on.
Steel's on. Kevin has to run back and stick it this time. If he makes it as well as he made the last one, which I suspect he will. You want to get even so there's no run double for 2. That would be a heartbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get right to the RME logo.
Sweeper's right off this one. Looks a little more than last.
You don't want to go back for either and leave Kevin.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
That's surprising. Just a little lack of focus because he just threw that path. He knew it perfectly well. Surprised to see him. That's 8 feet heavy. The sweepers are off it all the way.
And, I'm a little surprised by this call, too. Nose hit. Pretty open draw. When I have the chance, if I'm throwing fourth to hit or draw, I lean towards the draw just because it's another chance to lock in that draw weight for a future end. This is a very makeable draw.
It's easy enough draw, but
yeah,
it's an easy enough hit as well. It takes a 2 steal off the table.
Very true.
Something goes wrong.
Whichever you're going to make.
That's right. That's the right call.
Keeping it clean. Very nice throw from Kevin. No surprise. Oh, a little late curl. No problem. That's one red. A nice force from Team Parent. Exactly what they were going for. Team Cooey's up 2, but Team Parent has the hammer in the 8th end when we come back.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Oh, got a quick view of Ethan. He looked a little excited there. Or maybe he was just standing up. All right, we are in the 8th end. I think he likes it now. He likes that corner guard. Good throw. We're in the 8th end. Team Cooey's up 2, but Team Parent did exactly what they wanted last end. 7th end force. You get your deuce back here. It's all tied up, and it's anyone's game. Aaron Sluchinski trying to guide it to the center line. I don't think they quite got it there. I've seen a lot of those just off the line today. But Team Parents, they're not worried about that yet. They're just going around the corner guard. It's a good play to default to. Have your lead throw the same path twice and just adjust based off the corner guard weight. Touch deep, maybe, but the line's perfect. Deep's not the end of the world, though. It makes room for more yellow rocks. And Team Cooey here. They're trying a shot that you're seeing more and more often. Chipping the corner guard. If he's a little wide, there's enough curl that he should be able to hit the back one out. You got to be careful. It's a chip for a reason. You cannot remove this yellow corner guard from play or it will be returned because of the 5-rock free guard zone. Threw a lot of weight at that. Is he going to get the back one out? Yes. Now, our team was also doing that a few times this week. It was working well for us.
Yeah, it worked great.
Our
That
second
was
Derek.
a lot of weight. That was hack weight.
Yeah,
that was about back 8, back 12.
Yeah.
Lots of good results.
Same here. It's tough with that much weight. You got to hit a very small piece of that guard. But they got the back one. And the 3 is now unlikely because of that great shot. But Team Parent does not need 3 here. There's no need to get greedy. 2 points puts you right back into this game.
Yeah, deuce, force, deuce. 3 good ends.
Yep.
Remember we said he needed force, deuce, force, deuce. He got his force. Step 1 of 4, complete.
Now we got to take it one end at a time, one shot at a time,
That's right.
one brush stroke at a time. Maybe that's a little too small.
Since a single stroke is illegal now.
Yeah. No, it doesn't affect me.
That's right.
I don't do too much sweeping, but I am playing mixed doubles next weekend, so I'm sure I will be doing a bit more sweeping there.
Nice touch shot by Aaron. He's really good at those touch shots.
Looks like just a normal weight takeout. That seems like a good amount of weight. You really want to keep your yellow rock around.
Absolutely.
This is over curling. Maybe they'll get it the other way. That's
Pretty
okay.
good. Yellow guards and red rock in the back ring. Might be a double here. Double and roll in a bit maybe or something.
Yeah.
Missable though. Pretty flat. Oh, just underneath. Oh,
did he touch it? Nope, just a shadow.
Wow.
Great try.
Straight freeze.
Oh, this is coming in with a lot of heat. This is bouncing right off.
If it touches it.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I suppose it's not the end of the world. You can't just hit that yellow rock.
No, he'll be in there again behind the yellow guards. Make this double. And trouble's over.
Yep.
Even if you don't make it, they have to do something that red in the middle. There's a really good chance to leave you a double there. So,
yeah.
So it's a little thick. No, he got it that way.
He throws it that hard. If you can throw it hard accurately, it's great. If you can't, maybe you can bring the sweepers into it a bit. I've thrown some rocks a little too hard this season, and you got to be able to control the result. It's nice to throw it harder. You have more margin. You can hit the rock thinner and thicker on the back, but you still got to be close with it. All right, so team parent change gears here and go for the blank.
Well, it's early enough to play one freeze.
Yeah.
You get lucky.
With these rocks, it's going to be tough. These are quite new rocks, recently purchased by Curling Alberta. They were used for the mixed doubles Canadian Olympic trials just a couple of months back. And now they are being used for this event. I think they might have been used in the past too, but they flipped the rock over, which you can do. They just put the handle on the bottom of the rock so they can use the other half of the surface. Doubles the life of a rock, so it's fine by me. And another thing Michael Latteroot from Curling Alberta was mentioning to me, there sounds like the World Curling Federation is looking into a new system for hogline sensors. It would be nice to have that for future provincial events, just to keep everyone honest throughout the entire game and entire event. And takes the umpire's eye out of it, and they don't have to be standing there the whole time. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. A nice shot from Kevin Cooey there. Those rocks are pretty well separated. The double would be there with the weight Ryan can throw.
It's tough, though. I mean, it's slightly higher that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough. I think he's freezing right now in the hopes. If you make a decent freeze, then Kevin blasts for you and gets rid of one of them, makes the blank more likely. If you ever do it perfect, like freeze 1 inch off the center line, then the blast goes at the winger. So,
well, let's see what they got here. You can only throw shots like this so close. It's up to the line caller and the sweepers to make it perfect.
Any precision draw has to have sweepers involved. Otherwise, it's half luck.
Yep.
You seem to think it's all there.
Yep. Oh. So it's a little heavy last end, slipped to the back 8. And just a little more there. I know that the ice has been holding up very well throughout the week. Oftentimes at curling clubs, you'll see the ice start to break down, and then you have to throw it harder towards the end of the game. But it's been really, really quality ice for drawing here in Okotoks.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that. It's super clean. Even the 10th end, including practice, you're still getting that 15 kind of weight, 14.5. So curious to see what this one is.
Yeah. Sweepers even off this one. Light dusting.
Yeah, 15 even. Just a light clean in the top 4. So yeah, it's holding up beautifully.
That's very quick. Yeah. Nice spot. The jam is a steal.
Would have liked it a foot shorter.
Yeah, I suppose.
So the nose hit, couldn't score.
Yeah.
He's drawing, eh?
No, lots of room to draw.
Well, lots is the right word.
Well, if you want to win at this level, you got to think of it as lots, I guess. Yeah, if you can't hit the 4 foot on a draw against shots, you might not be deserving to win a game at a high level like this. This looks really close.
Ethan doesn't think it's heavy. Seems to be more than Kevin.
Ooh, it's got to settle in. Oh.
Still one.
Yeah, it's so close. Still got a piece of the 4, but not quite. Team Kui is up 8-5 after 8 ends. We'll be right back.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
And we're back for some 9th end action. A tough end for Team Parent. They were hoping for a deuce, or maybe even a blank, but not quite getting the outcome they hoped for. Just slipping half a rock deep on the draw. Sweepers gave it a light dusting in the shot, but...
heavy on both, heavy on this first one, that's going to cost you.
Yeah, for sure.
That was somewhere on the top of the ring, skill is going to do something.
Yep, have an easier shot on the last. But they're still in it. You make lots of great shots. You should get at least 2 points here. And right where they wanted it for Ethan Drysdale, lead on Team Parent.
It's a nice depth on the swingy ice right now.
Yeah.
RME New Holland logo. It's right depth. See a park and get this top ring, and
it's not a lot of ice. I took almost in the forefoot there.
Must be trying to choke off where he anticipates the other guard to be.
Interesting.
It's not an accident.
Oh, Kark did not miss that shot by 3 rocks on the line. That's where they wanted it.
So now Ryan will stack the corners, so they're both of the in-turn. Because the out-turn's kind of choked off with where that rock stopped. This needs to be high, though, so you don't leave an easy double peel later on. Because you know that's what Kevin's going to be doing as soon as he can. Ooh. Good shot. Nice line. Nice and high. Kevin choked that one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Choked that path. Or not risk it. Problem with choking that path is if your player ever goes deep back to the tee line, then they're frozen and buried behind the 2 yellows. So it's a great shot to make, but there's nowhere to miss it.
Kevin might be thinking this top 12 rock is a little high. Could, in theory, be used by Team Parent to come around.
And if he makes this little tap, so even if they do come around that yellow, that double corner will only be third shot.
Yeah.
At best. So he just moved away.
And another fun fact I should mention is Kevin Cooey's daughter, Ava, was playing on the women's side with Team Duncan. It's the University of Calgary Dinos team, I believe.
That's right.
I don't know all the positions in the lineup, but
I think she was third.
Yeah.
So you had the Cooey family, and you had 3 Libuses here, 1 coach, a player in the men's and a player in the women's.
Right.
Family affair.
Yeah, Mike Libus coaching Team Cooey here. And Team Libus narrowly beating our team. Oh, very exciting game we had back on, what was that, Wednesday or Tuesday?
Loss.
Yeah.
There's a little tap and roll or something here. A quiet weight hit.
Yeah, maybe a little more weight than you might expect. So that was a usable pocket. That gets the forefoot a little more open, and Cooey throwing the peel, no surprise. So let's take this opportunity to mention our final sponsor that we are supposed to shout out. That is HSEQHR. And if you've been listening to some of these live streams, you may have heard commentators musing about how you should pronounce that. I really don't know. But they are known as the HSEQHR department and the team behind the HSEQHR department app, a Chestermere, Alberta-based business dedicated to helping organizations manage health, safety, environment, quality, and human resources. So hence the acronym HEALTH, H, safety, S, E, environment, Q, quality, HR, human resources. And they do that in one streamlined system. And they specialize in turning complex compliance and paperwork into real-time information so businesses can build safer workplaces and focus on what they do best. Their services include customizable safety and HR programs, hazard and incident tracking, inspection workflows, training management, and expiry tracking, all designed to support strong safety cultures and regulatory compliance across industries. Whether you're a growing company or an established organization, HSE QHR helps ensure your people, processes, and performance are aligned, because good safety and strong HR aren't just policies, they're priorities. Very well said.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you to HSE QHR for your support of this event and allowing Curling Alberta to put on a great event for all us curlers to enjoy.
Well, Ryan has a few building blocks to work with here. There's a corner guard. He's got third shot buried and throwing. A couple of reds on the tee line to use for pockets or little trap and lie kind of shots here. Let's see what he does. Looks like he's playing some sort of a draw or tap. Wait.
Should be able to convert a deuce out of this, out of this, with some good execution. This one's curling. I guess all rocks curl, but this one will be curling a little extra.
Oh. I got fourth, which matters. He's probably tempted to freeze in that pocket. Field seems like the right call.
Yeah, first half of the game, I think he'd be going right up for that freeze. We saw lots of aggressive play from both teams, even when Cooey was up 3, junking it right up. But I don't think Cooey's in a more risk-averse mindset now. Be okay with a deuce, but he doesn't want to take on any more risk. So looking at that peel, or run back rather. While they're thinking, another thing you should mention, Curling Alberta's online 50-50. Daily draws are happening from January 5th to January 11th, so you still have today and tomorrow. Draws are open daily at 8 a.m. and close at 10 p.m. And that, I believe, would be Mountain Time. Purchasing 50-50 tickets online or in venue helps the Okotoks Curling Club and Curling Alberta, who invests in grassroots curling across the province. Buy now for your chance to win big while supporting grassroots curling across the province. And I will take a look at what the current jackpot is in a second here.
Ryan desperately needs 2 here. Looks like he's going for a timeout, trying to decide what to do.
And that's another reason to keep up the pace, so you can use your timeouts to bring the coach out and discuss strategy instead of using it as last resort time.
It's hard not to leave a double or 2 over here, but that's really what he has to do. He has to find a way to get rid of those reds and not leave all doubles with the deal.
And I just pulled up the 50-50 page. The jackpot is $4,775.
Wow.
Jackpot being the full amount, so the winner takes half, $2,387. We have 1 hour left. And I see my sister's teammate, Emma Yarmich, is in the ad for 50-50 on the page. My sister is on Team Richards. They had a decent run, a frustrating finish, much like our team, but still a good run. Very proud. All right, what are they looking at here? It's going to be tough to avoid a yellow double over there.
But yeah, that doubles, you could just assume that one's gone.
Yeah.
So where do you put this one? I think Kevin plays the double no matter what. Although if you were just to go like whatever, open side, he hit it and sit 3. But if you could hit that one, where you go? I don't think I'd go towards the pack. There's too many things for him.
Yeah.
Just roll open a foot or two. If he knows that, then maybe you got something. I don't know. You want to make that now. Maybe hit the winger now and roll towards the middle. It's too late in the end to do much else. You have to hit something or else. Make a perfect freeze. Quiet. Did you lose this?
Are they going for the other one? Oh, wow.
Just lose it.
Oh, trying to line it up for the jam, but they left another double. Maybe a triple even.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a hole there.
Double around the horn a little bit.
Yeah.
Touch that one. Sit 3. Sit 4.
Yeah, I think you sit 4. You just have to move it 2 inches.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, not that you need to.
But
it's more fun.
But you're gonna hit it. But to stick that doubles super thin.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough shot to try. You had to roll quite a bit further for it to be a good shot. Close to getting the red lined up.
Yeah, but
jam,
you left that. Unfortunately, you left an easier one.
Yeah.
You did that thinner or a little harder or both.
I think I'm okay.
There you go.
There it is. Got the 4. What a great shot from Kevin Cooey.
You freeze this winger and hope you set up a deuce, or else it'll roll over there.
Oh, a big backswing. My goodness. How does he not break the ice when he puts it back down? Practice, I guess. And right into the pile. Makes them all go. It's always fun when a rock goes up.
Yeah.
Are we going to see a classic Ryan Parent triple takeout?
Maybe.
3/4. Freeze would be good if you get the right angle.
Freeze to the winger. That's what else you do here.
Could freeze to the top 4 rock. So precise to line it up.
We do the blast time.
Yeah.
Freeze over here, he doesn't really have a run. His run is slightly choked off with that yellow.
Yeah.
So you freeze down there, and Kevin sits 2 somewhere. You're hoping to leave you a double. If he guards, you've got that in off. Flattish double there. So. But it's still heavy twice in, what was it, 7? 8? 7. 8 he was heavy twice. Yeah, so it needs to lock that weight in here. Give him 5 feet less, give the sweeper something to work with.
I think he's going to be close on this, so I'll make that adjustment.
Close. 14.5.
Line's really good. Oh, precision shot. The perfect weight and the perfect line. It doesn't look that fancy, but what a fantastic shot that is.
Well placed. Now, Kevin, you can see just enough that to clip it out.
Oh, I don't know. Even with these rocks, that's pretty tough. I suppose he could make it off the top button rock, hit the back side of the yellow.
Yeah.
Or do you just try to sit too? If you put it beside the yellow, top T line, edge 4, line it up so there's no double, that'd be a really good shot.
I think he wants to throw something hard.
Yeah. If you throw it hard, do you ever leave him something for 3?
That's the risk.
Nah.
Pretty tough. You'd have to kill 2 of your own and roll to set up a triple. So I don't think 3 is in the equation.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to say it's possible to squeak by the top 12 yellow to pick that 8-foot yellow up, but it's so tough. I don't know if it's worth playing. Just put a rock somewhere in the 4-foot and make Ryan make the double for 2. Make him earn it.
Man, put it somewhere really good. There is no double. Put it just in front of his own, just left of center, then the double catches on the yellow.
Yeah, that'd be a good spot
freeze
too.
The inside of the yellow, like you said, so there's no double there. Lots of places you could leave it. It's just a question of deciding where's the most options or the most potential risk of leaving it in the wrong place. So,
yeah,
surprised you got this much time after being so close to the break. He must have. We knew he picked some up, but this is a long conversation for a situation like this.
Yeah, Team Cooey still with 1 timeout. So I don't think they're too worried yet. Both teams, they knew the time situation during the 5th end break. They knew they had to ramp it up a bit, and they've done just that. Now in a relatively comfortable position, though Team Cooey has squandered a minute or 2 on this discussion.
He thinks he can nose this and shave that yellow one out.
All right.
One goes away. He just over curls, missed the yellow, clips out the red. True roast the middle and lose him some sort of round horn.
I think you could, in theory. Might have slid a bit wide there. He got away from center line pretty quick. It was close.
Just like
what a shot.
Around the horn quad.
Oh, you know Ryan's going to be looking at it.
It's close.
With these rocks, it's close.
One doesn't help. You're down 2 coming home without hammer.
Yeah. If it's there, go for it.
You're going to... The triple on the 3 above the T line, absolutely there. The question is, where does the other one go?
And remember, you don't have to get it out of the house. You just got to get it to pass the top 12 yellow. It's not quite full 12.
Might as well play it.
Let's see, how much you just want to clip that rock top button. So what are you hitting? A thin half?
Less.
Thick third?
You have to hit thin enough to
third.
Kill the back.
Yeah.
So you have to have it thin enough to make this double, the other double on that wide on the left. So
yeah,
that's like 2 inches to make that one across the top. If you make it low, you don't kill these other ones.
Yeah.
I think you want to hit about 1.5 inches of each rock.
Now, one more question. Do you ever play this with the out turn to get the first rock, top 4 that you hit, going a little straighter back?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure it matters, but I think he wants it thin across the top of the one on the left.
Yeah. Oh, he is going the out turn.
Is he going to one up himself after 3 triples and make a quad.
Yep. He's going to get at least 3 here. That's what I'm calling. At least 3.
Alex wide.
Oh.
That'll be handshakes.
That is all. Yeah. All still a valiant effort from this team parent. Got the lead after 4 ends, but Team Kui played well and grinded their way through the last few ends. And an 11-5 final we have here in the 1 versus 2 game. This is Ryan Jakes, joined by Mickey Pendergast, our team coach. We're very lucky to have with us. And yeah, thank you all for joining us. Any last thoughts on the game, Mickey?
No, it's just typical Kevin Cooey. He makes enough shots and puts enough rocks in the right place that it's hard to beat over a 10-inch stretch. That puts him in the final for the Alberta Provincials. Go to the Brier, and it'll be the winner of how's that game going? It's going to be what?
Let's take a quick look.
See who you might play tomorrow. It was a close game early.
Yeah, very, very low-scoring game, but like whatever it takes to win, right?
Tao took 2 and stole 1. Tao's up a couple.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. As we scan over to the house here.
The loser of that game will be going home.
Yeah.
The winner will be playing
Team Parent.
Team Parent.
In the
semifinal.
semifinal.
1-2 game, yeah. Looks like he's got a quiet intern here.
Yeah, Team Tao with the yellow rocks.
Looks late in the end like Van Amsterdam's going to have a setup for a deuce, it looks like.
Yeah, this is Johnson Tao, skip of Team Tao's first shot. That top 8 red is lost behind the yellow guard. And we will send you over to that stream where you can have a better overhead view of the game. So if you search Van Amsterdam versus Johnson Tao on YouTube, you should be able to find it. It'll be on the Curling Zone page, Curling Alberta page, maybe also the Okotoks Curling Club YouTube page. But that is all for the 1 versus 2 game. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Connor, on the production, Connor Sims on the production. And you all have a wonderful evening, and join us tomorrow for some very exciting playoff action. Cheers.
Thanks, Ryan.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.